At the bottom of the StoryMaker page is the Review Finalize chapter section. In this window, you can review your chapter text and preview the various formatting tags you may have placed in your chapter. After you are satisfied with the results, click the Finalize Chapter button to proceed to the next step. On the next page, you'll see the following 5 choices. The Start the Next Chapter button allows you to begin working on the next chapter in your story. This button will take you to a fresh StoryMaker page where you can build your next chapter in the same way you built the chapter you just completed. After you've built all the chapters in your story, click the Ready to Publish button to begin the publication process. We'll discuss this process in more detail in a moment. If your story has already been published and you wish to remove it from public view, click the Remove from Publication or Unpublish button. This button will remove your story from publication so that nobody can see it. However, your working files will remain in the database, and you can access them by logging into the story through the StoryMaker interface. You can also republish your story later. Please note that the working files for your unpublished stories will automatically be deleted from the database after 30 days of login inactivity. If you've decided to remove your story completely, you may do so by clicking the button marked Permanently Delete This Story. Please note, deleting your story will remove your story from publication and delete your working files. You will not be able to republish your story after it has been deleted. Use this option only if you are certain that you want this story to be permanently deleted. The last button allows you to log out of the StoryMaker interface without making any changes. If you have a story in progress, you can return to it later by logging into the StoryMaker interface. Please note that any unpublished stories will be automatically deleted after 30 days of login inactivity. To begin publishing your story once you've completed all of the chapters, click the Ready to Publish button. After you click the Ready to Publish button, you'll be taken to a page where you can review and edit your story's title, author, and contact information. After you complete this step, click the Continue button. In the next step, you can review your story's table of contents. Using the control buttons to the right of the table, you can jump to specific chapters for additional editing, change the order in which your chapters appear, and delete or restore specific chapters in your story. After you have reviewed the table of contents, click the Continue to Next Step button. In the next step, you'll be taken to a series of pages where you can review your chapters for the last time before publishing your story. Each page in this step will contain windows with up to 3 chapters. This is a good time to scan through your chapters and make sure that your embedded video clips and other tags are displaying properly. At the bottom of the page is a button to continue to the next chapters in your story. When you reach the last chapter, there will be a button at the bottom of the page to take you to the final step in the publishing process. After you've finished reviewing the story, you'll be taken to the final page in the publishing process. To begin publishing, click the Start button, which appears on the screen. Depending on the length of your story, publication may take several minutes to complete. As the publication process is being completed, it is very important that you do not close the browser window. When your story has been published, you'll see a web address, URL, for your story. This is the address that others will use to access the public version of your story. Make a note of this address and use it in links to your story. After you've made a note of the address, you can click on the link to see your story as it will appear to the outside world.